I'm Steven Kazuzek. I'm the head football coach at Nashville High School. This is my 12th year in the program, 5th year as head coach. Aside from head coach, I'm also the offensive coordinator.
I'm Isaac Turner. I'm a senior here at Nashville, and I play wide receiver and safety.
And I'm Kolten Gajewski. I'm also a senior here at Nashville. I'm starting quarterback and defensive end. Yeah, so I think we started off with a pretty good game in Johnson City, but we definitely, figured out some of the things we needed to work on, and had a rough week too. Lost to Freeburg, and then after that, I think it was just uphill. We kept correcting mistakes and learning and getting better every week. So I would say regular season went really well for us.
What were the expectations for you guys?
I think the expectations were pretty high with 2 years ago going to the state title game, and then the year before that we had the COVID year, but we still finished 5-1 and had a pretty good team. And I think coming into this year, the expectations were pretty high, and we all wanted to go as far as we could.
Going up against Payne in the quarterfinals, obviously they're a load. What was the game plan?
Yeah, so we knew definitely they had a lot of speed, so we had to keep them, keep the scramble and the wide runs, contained, as well as the deep shots on the outside. So if we could keep them contained while also putting up some points on the board, it definitely slowed down their pace a little bit. So that was a big. I think that was the main game plan there. So.
What did you tell your players as you entered the playoffs?
Really, it sounds cliche, but you really have to take it one round at a time. Every round has its own unique challenges, whether that's scheme-wise, something you haven't seen before, or something that you really have to change from what you normally do throughout the regular season, or this postseason, a couple rounds we had to battle injuries and shuffle guys around. So each round really does have its own unique set of circumstances.
That this team was better last Saturday than 2 years ago. What was the town's vibe?
I think everyone was just excited. The town, the players, there was just a buzz going around. Everybody was excited for us to play them. And the past 2 weeks and even 2 years ago, every single round we were underdogs, and I think everyone was just excited to come out and show that the South can play football and that we can hang with all those guys.
Yeah, there's definitely, regardless, everybody knew it was going to be a close game. So, don't go anywhere because it was, something's going to happen about every play. And I think it was definitely one to watch. But yeah, having the town behind us and having a crowd like that, I think that definitely, was to our advantage and helped us out quite a bit as well.
We're the underdogs. No one's given us a chance, and just to be able to come out and play in front of a huge home crowd like we had, and just show that we can play football too, and that no one's just going to be able to come in and just run over us like they think they can.
Yeah, and I think like with the team that we got, being the underdog, we take it more as a challenge than anything. Some teams can crumble under pressure, but that's just our driving force right there. So that's something that we embrace and we like about the team.
Going down to the last minute, what was going through your mind as far as adrenaline?
It was just I was pretty calm. We just got to stay composed, and we work every day on going fast. So having the ball with having 60 yards to go or however long we had to go with a minute and 30 seconds left, I think going fast every day in practice helped us keep our composure and be able to execute our game plan and get down the field.
But Eduardo Gavide goes for the game-winning go-ahead field goal, and he made sure he kicked it because it was so high. What was going through your mind when he was kicking that?
I was more focused on I was out there where I was the holder, obviously, so I was just out there. I was just laser focused, making sure that I track the snap into my hands and get it down on the tee and get the laces facing the right way to just give him a chance to kick it and make it.
Yeah, obviously that was when the nerves caught up with me because being on the field the whole time, like that composure aspect was really taking over for me. But once I got on the sideline, the nerves started setting in, and like you said, I just got down on my knee and I was just watching. There's really nothing else to do. But with the high ball like that, a lot of things can go wrong. So, we were nervously watching. It felt like slow motion going through the air. Family thing is, the fans are included in that, and them being so loud really helps us out. But it was funny because it was getting to the point where we had to tell them to quiet down so we could hear the play call a little bit. But I wouldn't rather have it any other way. Like every time I was telling people, it's a lot like being in a basketball arena with a game-winning shot, but that was on every play. So to be that loud, and as our color man Jake Wolf said, it felt like the earth was shaking. So, that was awesome, and it helped out a lot with momentum.
In front of your home crowd, what does that mean to you as a quarterback?
It's very important, and I'm gonna always hold it as a special place in my heart. Like I said, 14 years. I started playing when I was 4 years old. I really shouldn't have been able to play that young, but just being able to come out here and do it year after year, and on a field like this, and for our last home game to be one like that, I'm gonna cherish it forever because I couldn't have asked for anything better than that.
Isaac, you're an all-stater. What does that mean to you, being on a team that's playing for the state championship?
I think it means a lot, and it's an awesome opportunity, and I was lucky enough and he was too, to be on that team 2 years ago that made it to state, and we came up a little short, and this year it's even better. My senior year, get to go out and go for a state title one more time, and I'm really hoping we can get it done this time.
How do you handle a tough team like Wilmington?
Well, I mean, on the defensive side of the ball, they present a unique challenge just because we have not seen that type of offense this year. We've seen some double tight teams, but no one their style, where it's the tight foot-to-foot splits, and they're just really trying to get 2 or 3 yards at a time to stay ahead of the chains. So that'd be unique, but I mean, our kids have been up to any challenge that's been put in front of them, so we're not worried about that. We just gotta really control the line of scrimmage and limit their push up front. On the offensive side of the ball, really just try and do what we've been doing each round of the playoffs. Have a good mix of the run and pass, and don't fall in the trap of trying to stray away from doing what you do. There's obviously some stuff they're going to take away, but we got to take advantage of what they're giving us. There's no defense that can defend everything. So just a little bit of both, give them what they're taking us, and then just trying to maintain that good mix of run and pass.
I think it means a lot to us. We always bring a great crowd. Our fans travel with us everywhere we go, and we pride ourselves in having a big crowd. And like at Bismarck, I feel like we had a bigger crowd than they did. So it's a big part of us being able to do what we do, and I think we're all super excited for the opportunity.
Yeah, especially 2 years ago, we all had the privilege of being there, and looking out and seeing, the whole bleacher section was just slammed full of Nashville Hornet fans, and it's to be able to experience that again is going to be amazing, and I think we're all super excited for it. The hard work that he puts in is once again another driving force for us, and more like a father figure out there for us than anything. So that's what really embraces the whole family aspect of the team, is to have somebody in charge like that who not only knows what they're doing but is so passionate about football. I don't think you're going to find somebody more passionate about football than Coach Gajewski. So
yeah, I think he's super passionate about what he does, and he puts in the time and effort just like we do to make sure our team's the best that we can be in. He's awesome. He's a mastermind. He just knows what defense they're going to be in and knows the right plays to call and gets us down the field.
What has been the most exciting part about this team, coaching these boys?
Sure. I think the biggest thing is just seeing them grow. The fact that their season was in some ways taken away from them last year with the whole COVID deal, but the fact that they got an opportunity to play in the spring, we got 6 games. A lot of them kind of cut their teeth in those 6 games, so to speak. They got good experience, and then to see them really gel together, because a lot of pieces of this team were not together in the spring. We had some new players come out, and kids move positions and things like that. So to see them grow together as the season went along has been awesome. And then, to culminate on this field, last week the way it did with the St. T game is just awesome to see. It's hard to narrow that down, but I'll focus on the players and the coaching staff. There's so much work that goes into it, and making this run. It's such a long season, but definitely it's worth it. And then last of all, I'll just finish up by thanking our fans and our community. They've been great. Each round has been a little bit bigger, a little bit better, and we're hoping we can represent them this weekend and bring home a state title.
Yeah, I'd also like to thank the coaches and my brothers that are on the field with me, along with the fans and all the community members that come out to support us.
I think, it's just as a whole, anybody that's involved with the Hornet football program, it just makes a big driving machine. So without one person without there, we can't do what we do. So just basically anybody that's involved with it.